Hey guys, I got another Revan video for you. This time I'm going to be going over the mechanics of the Revan team and then do a Revan mirror match for you guys. I don't know if you guys remember Vistari Kai, but he used to be in our guild, and when the heroic Sith Triumvirate um, raid got released, he jumped ship. So whenever I can battle him in the arena, I knock him back, just because I'm salty and I'm petty like that. Um, Going to 5 gives you a shot at 1, so me battling him or battling him doesn't matter. So when it comes down to it, I'm going to choose the guy who left our guild. So let's get into it. So, mechanics of the Revan team. Like I mentioned before, you want to have Revan as your fastest character. And then you need the 3 Zetas. So we'll go over the skills real quick. The ones that matter the most are Direct Focus, which inflicts buff immunity and marked on target enemy for 2 turns, blah blah blah. It increases their cooldowns by 1 and reduces their turn meter and stuns them. And it can't be evaded, and then you call all your Jedi allies to assist. So what it comes down to is you have the fastest Revan, you get to go first, increase people's cooldowns, and remove turn meter. So you can either target their Revan, or you can target their Yoda, which is generally what I do, but I'll get to that later. So, next one is Master Strategist, which this is the reason you have health on his circle. So, is it this? Hold on. It's actually not this. There's something else. Oh, I remember now. So basically what this does is it's an AoE, hits everybody, and it heals all your allies for 10% for each Jedi and Old Republic ally. So if you do it right, you get a 50% heal, and then you gain critical damage up and foresight. And you swap turn meters. So in my last video you saw that everybody got hit by that CLS barrage, and then I swapped turn meter and healed everyone and removed all the debuffs with Yoda, and then immediately was able to direct focus someone. So it's similar to Thrawn's special that allows you to swap turn meter. Same thing, except it is a mass. It removes debuffs en masse instead of just one person. And then you have the leadership here. If it'll let me click it, thank you. Start of the battle, Jedi. This is a huge wall of text, but what it comes down to is you gain bonuses for Jedi and Old Republic allies. Jedi and Old Republic are separate, so if you have someone like Bastila who is both, you gain 10 speed instead of the 5 speed. So that's why you double up with Jolie, Bastila, and then Yoda and GK will guarantee you 5 instead of 10. But they're so good that you have to keep them. At the start of the battle, you get tenacity up, and then while he's in the leader slot, units are immune to bonus turn meter effects from leader abilities. So, i.e. Bastila gets a ton of bonus turn meter at the beginning of her turn, not when she's going against Revan. This one's important. Whenever a Jedi ally attacks out of turn, they recover 20% of their max protection and deal 35% more damage. So if they counter, they're called to assist, or if you do the maneuver and dispel debuffs on them and then pass, and then have them attack followed by whoever had maneuver attack next, they not only recover 20% protection, but they also deal 35% more damage. So think Direct Focus heals everybody and does more damage, and then you have General Kenobi's Mass Call to Assist, heals everybody, deals more damage, and then you have Jolie's special when he has somebody else attack for him. So if you do that for Yoda, heals Yoda and makes him hit even harder. So that's what that comes down to. Oh, and then this is also the reducing of max health when you use a basic ability. So this works really good on Nihilus, because he'll gain a crap ton of health throughout the battle, And then also really good on Nest now that her protection thing got quote unquote fixed. So you can reduce Nest down to like 1 health. It's ridiculous. But this is the strategic advantage I was talking about. So when with strategic advantage, here it is, dispel debuffs and target other Jedi ally, then use strategic advantage and assist using their basic ability. So if strategic advantage was on Revan, he could pass it to Yoda. Then after you pass it to Yoda, then you would Yoda would have all the debuffs dispelled, Yoda would attack, and then Revan would attack. But it just depends on who has it. Once you pass it to Yoda, 2-turn cooldown, I believe, and then he can pass it to someone else. So you just kind of pass around this debuff cleanse along with a double attack. Savior allows people to, whenever someone's reduced 1% health, allows them to be revived at 100% of their max health and protection. Hit immunity for 2 turns. Take a bonus turn, dispel all debuffs. So if someone has 10% turn meter on your team and they get killed, they're back up with 100% turn meter and 100% health and protection. When he's in the leader slot, he can also be saved by Savior. So if someone kills Revan first, then he comes back up. Alright, so Hero, just with the Zeta, will make him immune to stun and ability block. He has 10% health, tenacity, health steal, tenacity, max health. All these other stuff, all these other nice little bonuses, and other light side allies gain half of these bonuses while active. So having that health circle means that everyone on the team has more health, and then protection obviously as well. So he makes everyone hit harder, be tankier as well. And also this critical hit avoidance is pretty nice as well. So that's Revan. It's a complicated kit. You guys know how he works. Yoda, he hits really hard, he copies buffs, he passes them around. Jolee, what it comes down to is, remember how I said you should mod him for tenacity and health? These are the reasons why. His basic heals based off his max health, so 30% health. The more health he has, the more health he heals, and it reduces the cooldown of his other abilities. You do it. It's his special. Another target ally assist, heal that ally for 30% of Jolee's max health. So once again, same point as the last one. Generally, you will pass this over to Yoda and make him hit really hard due to Revan's bonuses, and also it not only heals them, but it heals other Jedi allies for half of that, so 15%. This is the mass revive. So all defeated Jedi allies gain 80% health and critical hit immunity for 5 turns. That's a Zeta. It's dirty. Really messes with other people. Don't interrupt me. This is the tenacity I was talking about, which is why you want a tenacity cross. And then the tenacity set. Jolee has 100% tenacity and is immune to turn meter reduction effects. In addition, at the start of the battle, he gains bonus crit avoidance equal to half his tenacity. So the more tenacity you have, the more crit avoidance he has, which makes him even tankier because it's super hard to crit on him. Last one's experience and wisdom, max health. Whenever he uses an ability that targets another ally, he grants them protection up equal to 30% of his max health. So you can see why max health on Jolee matters so much. You guys know how GK works, don't need to explain that. Bastila, one thing I will go over with her, you guys mostly know how she works, but the reason I have the potency cross here instead of health to be used with her leadership is for this, subvert defenses. Deal special damage to target enemy, dispel buffs on them, and stun them for 1 turn. So with a Revan mirror match, having a dispel right before you hit Jolee with direct focus or after you hit him with direct focus is huge, because if Jolee has retribution up, when you hit him with direct focus, it's going to be insanely hard to kill him, because when he counterattacks, When he hits, he heals himself for 30% health. Combine that with his obnoxious critical hit avoidance, it's like, it's not fun. So what you want to do is save this to either dispel GK right before he would use his ability that gives everybody, I can't even remember the word right now, retribution, so that that buff can't be passed around by Yoda, or you save it so that you hit Jolie with the dispel right before you target him with direct focus, or right after. It just depends on how the turn meter falls. The reason I'm explaining all this before I go into the match is because Revan mirror matches can be obnoxious, and if I explained all that during the match, I would probably mess up. 1, 2, probably not explain it very well, and 3, potentially time out because of Jolie's revive. So we're going to hop into battle now, and I'll kind of display what all I just talked about. So a lot of people will hit Revan first. I actually generally go for Yoda. So what you have to do with Savior is you have to kill one person first to trigger Savior. So I'm going to trigger. This is not going to kill him, by the way. Oh, very close, actually. Might be able to trigger it. Triggered it. See how you went to immediately 100% turn meter? I had 100% turn meter as well due to Yoda's special. Flip of the coin, I got to go first. So I'm going to pass the buffs real quick. He hit Revan. Now I am going to target Yoda again. Yoda is what keeps a Revan team going. So if you manage to take him out, he will not be able to pass buffs to everybody else, which are super important. He's gone. Jolie's going to revive him, though. But he's going to be revived with critical hit immunity, which means that I can still hit him and not trigger GK's taunt. So you'll see once he gets revived, I sometimes take him out as soon as possible again, but it just depends on the taunt situation. So GK's taunting right now. See, immediately all those buffs just poof everywhere. There's my Savior. So what I can do is Revan ignores taunt. I'm going to pass this over to Yoda. Hit him. Do this again. And then I'm going to pass this over to Revan. Now Revan's in a not great place. So GK got his retribution off. Not awesome. So what I'm going to do first is pass buffs. But I'm going to be careful not to trigger his taunt. Now I have my dispel. So Jolie's buffs, poof, gone. Don't touch him until you get direct focus off, which generally would be right now, but since Revan hit me, it's not going to do anything. Generally at this point you would immediately hit him. So at this point we'll trade turn meter with Yoda, and I think I am going to try and go for their Yoda. And then there's that protection regeneration, and you can see why these matches take forever. So that's nice. The massa, and then Yoda's gone. Okay, that's good. So, but unfortunately he got the buffs off again, which is not great. So I'm gonna get Yoda back in the game, copy their buffs, get some, pass them along. And then one thing that it's really nice is strategic advantage can't be countered. So you can hit someone with retribution and they're not going to counter. But if I were to hit him now, he would counter and heal. So thankfully I had crit immunity there. See, he's gotten off a second. I'm actually might time out here. We'll see. Let me see if I can focus. Obviously, he resisted the stun because his tenacity is so high, and then we get a random dodge. Okay, cool. So now, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to trade turn meter with Jolie and then revive Yoda real quick. And then do that, because that's just a pain in the butt. Okay, Jolie's going to be gone. Next thing you want to do is get rid of him. GK. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of Revan since I have direct focus. And then I can put this on auto. So, as you can see, it gets a little wonky and takes forever. So I'm going to put this on auto. This game is over. However, I know I've been telling you guys this in chat, but Revan mirror matches, they're not great. And while this guy is a whale and he's got a really strong roster, his mods aren't the greatest. I went first. It could definitely go the other way. So, hope you learned some of the mechanics here with Revan. We'll see what we have up next here. And I'll show you Treya in my next video. It'll be an easy W. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you have any other questions, please shoot them my way. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Peace.